Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakar Double honors to the elders who are pushing His word truthfully and sincerely. In the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakar and Shalom to the Hakim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, pushing the word truthfully and sincerely. In the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakar say Shalom to y'all out there. And this is a sit-down lesson that I want to bring out. This was recently from Reuters as of yesterday of 8:28 p.m. And it reads, U.S. warship sails through the sensitive Taiwan Strait and China angered. It says a U.S. warship sails through the sensitive Taiwan Strait. Because you already know, still got the current tensions between Taiwan and China over the South China Sea and Taiwan Island as well too. I just want to add a note to that, and I'm gonna read it again. It says a U.S. warship sails through the sensitive Taiwan Strait on Thursday, part of what the U.S. military calls a routine activity, but which China has reeled China. And it says in recent years, the U.S. warship and on occasion those from allied nations such as Britain and Canada have sailed through the strait, drawing the ire of China, which claims Taiwan against the objections of its democratically elected government. It says in a statement, the U.S. military said that the Arleigh class guided missile destroyer Chung-Hong carried out a transit. The Chung-Hong transit through the Taiwan Strait demonstrates the United States' commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific. The statement added. In a statement, Liu Pingyu, spokesperson for China ambassador in Washington, said China formally imposed the move and urged the United States to immediately stop provoking trouble and escalations and undermining peace and stability across the strait. And another reason the United States is doing that because they want to fully support and be a continuing unofficial ally with Taiwan over the protection and sovereignty for Taiwan has, which China still has that one China policy, and they still look at the mainland China, still look at Taiwan as part of them, which Taiwan doesn't accept that. They want to have their own island, their own sovereignty, and their own separation from China. That's why you still got the United States fully supporting Taiwan in this decision. In that matter. I just want to add a note to that. Continuing on with the reading, it says U.S. warships frequently flex muscles in the name of exercising freedom of navigation. This is not about keeping the region free and open. The statement says, China will continue to stay on high alert and ready to respond to all threats and provocations at any time, and will resolutely safeguard in a national sovereignty and territorial integrity. A spokesperson for the Eastern Theater Command of the Chinese People's Liberation Army said organized troops to monitor and guard the ship's transit and all movements were under control. The Taiwanese Defense Ministry said the ship sails in a northerly direction throughout the strait, and it said that it is forces has monitoring passage and observed nothing out of ordinary. The narrow Taiwan Strait have been a frequent source of military tension since the defeat. Republic of China government fled to Taiwan in 1949 after losing a civil war with the communists who established the People's Republic of China. The United States has no formal diplomatic relations with Taiwan, but it is bound by law to provide the islands with means to defend itself. China has never ruled out using force to bring Taiwan under its control. Taiwan vows to defend itself if attacked. That's when the United States come in to defend them as well too. If that does occur, but who knows when though. Saying Beijing's sovereignty claims are void as the People's Republic of China has never governed the island. A Chinese military plane has came within 10 feet of 3 meters of a U.S. Air Force aircraft in the context of the South China Sea last month, and force it takes to envis maneuvers to avoid a collision in a international airspace. And it says the close encounter allows what the United States has called a recent trend of increasingly dangerous behavior by China military aircraft. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6, and it reads, And when ye should hear of wars and rumors of wars, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 9, and it reads, But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Right, just like I was mentioning, the tensions between the Taiwan and the Taiwanese and the Chinese, they got that separation between one another. And Taiwan want to continue to make that clear. They want to separate from the mainland China, especially near the South China Sea and the Taiwan Strait and the Taiwan Island as well too. And they got an unofficial allegiance with support from the United States, just in case they be under threat, because they know Taiwan know the United States has their back, just in case China trying to has them under control once again under that one China policy of the mainland China has, So these tensions are definitely stirring up, and that's what you call wars and commotions of wars, and that's what we are seeing, cross border, cross the seas territory, cross the islands territory between these nations, of these same nations that used to be together, now they're separated with one another, That's why you're gonna have nations going against nations in between within their own nations, and nations against different nations as well too, and that's what we are seeing. That's why I brought out the book of Matthew 24 and 6 through verse 7, and definitely this Luke 21 and 9, and we're hearing these proxy wars and rumors of wars, and nations rising up against nations in different kingdoms as well too. So we definitely going to continue to keep an eye on this, Even though, I've been keeping an eye on this from quite some while now, I say for the past 2 years now. But during these past 2 years, you're definitely seeing the increase of tensions between the United States and China over Taiwan, over the self-governor and self-sovereignty of China. I mean, of the self-governor of self-sovereignty and the self-governor of Taiwan. As the United States continually unofficially supports Taiwan, over the islands of Taiwan versus China, mainland China. So we definitely going to continue to see, keep an eye over on this as the tensions increasing more and more. So with that, I hope this sit down lesson was edifying. This news article I just brought out, this was recently, along with the scriptures that I brought out as well too, and what pertains to this news article. So with that, once again, I hope this lesson was edifying. And I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Karkadash. Double honors to the elders who are preaching this word truthfully and sincerely in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Karkadash. And double honors, Salakia. And Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching this word truthfully and sincerely in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Karkadash. And until next time, I will say Shalom.